Good morning everyone and welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on Connie X. Today we're going to be checking out what if the adventure Digimon Digivolved using the Crest of Miracles. Let's hop in and check it out.
So I've been doing my little series exploring what it might look like if all the Digimon Adventure partners digivolved using all the crests. Now obviously in actuality there's no evidence that the crests themselves influence evolution outside of acting as channeling devices for the kids. But given that each of the crests do have identifiable traits in their evolutions, angelic nature to hope and light, fire and dragon and dinosaur elements for Greymon and courage, and indeed in 02 the armor Digi-Eggs do envelop a lot of those traits and become a key part of the armor, that video series made a ton of sense to me. But then I had a lot of people asking, well, what about kindness? What about miracles? What about destiny? I assumed we wouldn't use kindness, miracles, and destiny because they are basically first and foremost armor Digi-Eggs. We've never really seen what those crests would do. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought about kindness, miracles, and destiny, maybe there is something we can do here. So I'm going to take a quick pause on the evolutions video because A, I want to explore this with Adventure and 02, but also I just want to talk about what it might look like if the Crest of Miracles, not the Digi-Egg, the Crest, was used to digivolve the partners from Digimon Adventure.
Now that's going to be interesting because like you said, we've never seen a Crest of Miracles.
What is up digital companions, my name is Connie X and welcome back to another video, and yeah.
We have seen a Crest of Miracles, but we've never seen like the actual Crest item, is what I was saying.
Miracles slash Destiny. The problem with this one is that if you look at the Digi-Egg of Miracles, its official forms like Magnamon that we actually saw in the show take direct cues from the Digi-Egg being very blocky and angular, and the same is true of Rapidmon Gold or Rapidmon Armor being much more rounded, very similar to the Digi-Egg of Destiny or Digi-Egg of Fate. I however think for evolution purposes, if they were crests, there probably wouldn't be a great deal of difference. While I'm pitching this as the Miracles video, you can also count this as Destiny, and I probably wouldn't make a Destiny video by itself. I've got something planned for kindness in future though. It's really hard to separate the Miracles and Destiny crests when we're not looking at specifically Magnamon and Rapidmon Gold, because even Gold and Armor Digivolutions from outside of 02 really do blend the two and make them nearly identical, which I don't think is correct, and we addressed in our Miracles fixing video. But if that's the way that Digimon Creative wants it to go, we've got to follow their lead. This video was also inspired by Gold Digizoid, something that we do see in the Digimon franchise, most recently notably with Magnamon X Gold Digizoid. But interestingly, some notable Miracles armor Digimon like Magnamon are actually only Chrome Digizoid, not getting the Chrome Gold or Gold Digizoid until they become something like Gold Digizoid Magnamon X. So that also means that if we're looking for potential evolutions with the Crest of Miracles, that yes, regular Chrome Digizoid Digimon are absolutely on the table. I'm also going to make a point here not to use armor Digimon, especially golden armor Digimon, because that defeats the point. It would be like making Raidramon an evolution of Agumon using the Crest of Friendship. It's just kind of default at that point. You may as well just say it's an armor Digivolution. And when all else fails, these Digivolutions, if they don't have Chrome Digizoid in their reference book, have got to have some gold, baby. So beginning with Agumon and Greymon, the Crest would activate at the ultimate level, champion becoming ultimate. Though we have seen the Crests in relation to Warp Digivolution 2, and that's where my mind first went obviously to Greymon with the Crest of Miracles naturally having the mega level of Zeke Greymon. Obviously Zeke Greymon is covered in gold, and its Digimon reference book listing says the full body armor bestowed by the legendary Digimon was made of a solid virtual super metal known as Chrome Digizoid. The armor reached even further heights, transforming into a gold Digizoid form that glitters with a dazzling high-class golden hue. This is one of those perfect examples to me. It's crazy that Zeke Greymon is just a cross
Stamp it.
Digimon, because if I was ever thinking of something that would be Greymon with the Crest of Miracles somehow, Zeke Greymon ticks so many boxes. Gold Digizoid, gold design, really angular and spiky just like the Digi-Egg of Miracles, and yet somehow that connection's never been officially made, outside of the fact that it has Chrome and Gold Digizoid. The ultimate is more of a struggle. We don't really have a directly golden pre-evolution for Zeke Greymon. In Cross Wars we have the Cross Wars Metal Greymon, which is blue, and outside of that, not a ton of choice. I'm gonna go with Rise Greymon though, first of all because, you know, the Rising Sun, the Rise and Shine Greymon. But Rise Greymon also notably is one of few ultimate level Greymon species that make reference to the Chrome Digizoid in its reference book listing. Just to withstand that explosive power, the gun barrel has to be made of Chrome Digizoid. So I can definitely see how Greymon with the Crest of Miracles could become Rise Greymon, it in itself being a miraculous evolution. It does admittedly lack gold in the design, however something I do think is fun is that Rise Greymon X specifically does have gold.
Dude, look at that! It's got got a gun encased in 2 sword blades. Holy damn!
Elements, including the Crest of Courage, which is a
That's
nice
a lot.
connect. And I mean, if we're being technical, the orangey hues of the Greymon body are not dissimilar to gold. Think of it to Garurumon, this again was made very easy looking at the Mega level Digimon because we have Crest Garurumon. Its Digimon reference book listing stating that it is clad in gold and chrome Digizoid armor that reflects attacks. Crest Garurumon wields the Yellow Beast Crescent Blade with excellent swordsmanship. And again, this is a near perfect lineup to the Digi-Egg of Miracles and indeed the Crest of Miracles. We're looking specifically at the Crest here, but I do think it is nice that Crest Garurumon is more angular and pointy, matching the design of the Crest symbol, but also, of course, the Digi-Egg of Miracles. See how this could be a shared power source. The problem we had with Greymon persists here with Garurumon, but with even less Garurumon species, where Garurumon, in my opinion, does not work. So I'm going to slide over to something that I think is a popular pre-evolution for Crest Garurumon, and one of my personal favorites, and that is Jaeger Darulumon. It's not a Garurumon species, but I think it is a fantastic pre-evolution for...
Well, it's not a blue beast, it is still a beast Digimon, most likely still clad in, well, the chrome Digizoid armor. So it still fits all the criteria, even if it's not blue. So I'll give it a stamp of approval.
Crest Garurumon, and I can kind of see how its more silvery armor that is more angular could translate into the Crest Garurumon armor, but it does still have a golden spear. But another pick I do like is the Light Spirit Garamon, with golden blades and golden elements throughout the design. I can definitely see how this would be a miraculous, the Light of Miracles evolution for Garurumon. Spirit Digimon levels are a little bit all over the place, so if you don't want to use Garamon as an ultimate, you could also use Beowulfmon that works in basically every way, and also is bipedal like Garurumon, which some people might prefer. Birdramon with the Crest of Miracles. God, I wish Raptor Sparrowmon was an ultimate. It would be perfect. Alas, it is a champion though. Again, jumping to the Mega, there is a very obvious Miracles Mega for Birdramon, and that would be Crossmon or Eaglemon. In the Digimon reference book, it says that the armor covers Eaglemon's entire body and is made of chrome Digizoid, allowing it to repel any attack. So you can see how obviously that works, this big golden angular eagle. Crossmon's reference book listing does also state that it's supposed to be the Mega for Parrotmon. However, Parrotmon, in my opinion, does not work as a Miracles evolution for Birdramon. Honestly, just crazy that Parrotmon's an ultimate and not a champion also. I think our best bet is probably Sindoramon, the Deva having very deliberately gold elements to its design, something that it shares with its other Devas. And while it is definitely much more rounded, more so like the Digi-Egg and Crest of Destiny, I think it's fine as a general golden crest evolution leading into Crossmon. Togemon is the one I struggled with. We have very few appropriate...
So now it's gonna become a golden squarish plant. How are you going to do that?
Plant life Digimon, let alone plant life Digimon with golden hues or golden elements. I think a very obvious Mega in this instance would be Eldradimon. While it does not have any reference to Chrome Digizoid or Gold Digizoid in its reference book listing, it does have some golden elements to its design, most notably its head and toes, but also because Eldradimon's name is a reference to El Dorado, the city of gold. And indeed, Eldradimon has an attack called Golden Road. Part of me was even tempted to use its DNA Digivolution with, say, Leomon, Tlalokmon, but I just don't think it would work very well here. It would be fine, though. My brain...
Maybe a bit much, since that is a DNA Digivolution. Maybe it could still work if it was, like, maybe it had a powered down form. But all in all, I would go with Eldoradomon.
I initially went to Entmon, which has a similar visual look to Eldradimon, and indeed so does Pateldramon, but Entmon looks slightly more golden hued in comparison to Pateldramon. That very likely could be just the way that the artists have decided to depict the wood hue of Entmon. So the only other ultimate level pick that I thought might work from Togemon into Eldradimon is Tonosama Gekkomon, or Shogun Gekkomon.
Really?
We've talked about its leaf frills, connections to Mimi, and indeed it being a feudal lord, feeling reminiscent of the Digi-Egg of Sincerity's Japanese theming, but it does have 2 golden horns, and given our specific lack of golden nature spirits Digimon, maybe this would work. I would also say if we're going to use Tonosama Gekkomon, another Mega could be Kernamon, connecting those golden trumpets.
No. If you're going off the golden horn, you gotta use both Shogun Gekkomon and this guy, because horns.
And plant life together. However, I think Eldradimon's a little bit more interesting on the specific gold side of things. But Kernamon's great too. I do think perhaps Shogun Gekomon is our best pick here, even though it's not a great pick. Ikakumon, again, a slightly difficult one to find an ultimate level for. I have settled on Mega Seadramon for kind of two reasons. First of all, Mega Seadramon's headpiece is golden, love that. Second of all, probably the
It also keeps the horn, so it does still have that.
most common evolution of Mega Seadramon is Metal Seadramon, which we could absolutely use as the Mega here, because Metal Seadramon is said to be covered in the ultra metal known as Chrome Digizoid.
Nice.
However, instead of that, I'm going to keep Mega Seadramon as the evolution for Ikakumon, but have the Mega be Aegistramon, because Aegistramon is an android Digimon born when Plesiomon was fused with data from the Seadramon species. Its glistening armor of gold Chrome Digizoid is said to protect it from all forms of wickedness. So we have
Yep, that's an approve for me.
the Plesiomon side, the Gomamon, Ikakumon side merging with the new Mega and Metal Seadramon evolution plan into Aegistramon. I will say another great contender would be Olegmon for the Mega here, but let's save that for a second. Kabuterimon, I think pretty straightforward, having it become Metal Life Kawagamon at the ultimate level, a Digimon completely covered in gold. And honestly, Hercules Kabuterimon still works very
You could almost sum this whole video up in like one line.
I love gold.
well as a Miracles evolution. It's a golden Digimon. It's named after Hercules, the Hercules beetle, but also Hercules, the golden demigod. Especially if you look at the Disney depictions, that would be very appropriate. But weirdly, Tyrant Kabuterimon, who is a very common Metal Life Kawagamon evolution, is actually the Digimon of the two, Hercules and Tyrant, said to have Chrome Digizoid. So while Tyrant does not look anywhere near as golden as Hercules Kabuterimon, it's actually the one with the Chrome Digizoid connection. It's
so then it just basically becomes a choice. Do you want the one that actually has the Chrome Digizoid, or do you want the one that looks golden? You can only have one.
Carapace is composed of high-density Chrome Digizoid that cannot be damaged by the average Digimon. For Gatomon, I really didn't find anything that I thought had a ton of good Chrome Digizoid or golden connection, besides the obvious visuals, and that is having Gatomon become Sanzomon. Sanzomon is a monk Digimon that has a golden headpiece and clothing, very reminiscent of Angelmon, but I think going in a different direction, and again, that headpiece is kind of spiky, more so like the Digi-Egg of Miracles. Nothing else in its reference book listing or its moves really indicate miracles, other than the fact it wants to achieve enlightenment, which you could see as a miracle, but I think a lot of you have probably spotted that means I'm setting up the Mega to be the incredibly golden Shakamon, the Journey to the West Digimon, which is mostly gold, and kind of looks like a cat, which I think is another fun connection to Gatomon and Magnadramon. Shakamon's reference book listing makes reference to it enlightening those that it's in conflict with, making that conflict feel meaningless, and it purifies and remedies evil by illuminating the opponent with a halo that cannot be shut out even if they close their eyes. Very much like performing a miracle. I think this is a great pick with not much else to
No, I like that.
say. Angemon, well, it's always associated with goldenish angels anyway, however, I think very naturally the Mega for Angemon with the Crest of Miracles would be Godramon. We have seen Godramon achieved normally in Digimon Adventure 2020, but if we're talking about the original 1999 canon, we've never seen Godramon in that instance, and given that Godramon is sometimes referred to as Golddramon, yeah, I think that's pretty great. Having a gold holy ring and other golden elements. The ultimate, well, of course, one of my perennial favorites is Tylinmon, which does have a little bit of gold going on. I think it works fine. It's a great gap, I think, between Angemon and Godramon.
No,
another one I want to go for. I'm going to focus specifically on the Dramon, the dragon side of Godramon. What about Hisiarumon? Hisiarumon also has golden elements, and indeed one of the balls that it holds is called the Kin Ryu, and Kin is Japanese for gold. Gold dragon is a little bit of a different pick, I think, instead of Tylinmon into Godramon, or indeed even Magna Angemon into Godramon. But very appropriate, I think, with Hisiarumon being a beast dragon and Godramon being a holy dragon. I am, unlike the other videos, going to touch 02 here because I think I've got some good picks that you're going to like, especially Golden Digimon that I didn't think fit with other kids, so let's go for it. XVmon, if it got...
Wait a minute, Olio, he mentioned Ulegamon, the Golden Viking. I'm gonna guess he's gonna have that be the ultimate or mega level, whatever the heck it is, for the Armadrillamon.
Digivolve with a crest, which we've not really seen the 02 kids do. They've either Armor Digivolved, Regular Digivolved, or DNA Digivolved. I think the Zubamon line, specifically Doramon and Durandamon, would be fantastic. But an
Obviously,
outlier, if
Swords.
we were to use Sovereigns, I think fantastic for an XVmon Mega would be Fang Longmon, because it has specifically its Fang Long Ore, which is based on Chrome Digizoids, and only Fang Long Ore can scratch Fang Long Ore. Vmon XVmon's connection to the Sovereigns, having it become a Sovereign with the Crest of Miracles, I think would be quite good. And obviously Fang Longmon is one of the most notable, big, golden, draconic Mega level Digimon, which I think works for Vmon and XVmon being dragons. Stingmon feels very obvious to me. After all, one of the very common evolutions for Stingmon without DNA Digivolution is Jewel Beamon. Yeah, I'm going to use Vespamon and Tiger Vespamon. Look, they're yellow, they're golden. I think they work perfectly as Bug.
You love the bees!
More golden evolutions of Stingmon and being royal base members, royalty, gold, miracles, it all kind of goes together. Ankylomon, as I touched on earlier, I think Olegmon would be a fantastic fit here. With Ankylomon becoming Shakuamon, with Angemon often ending in non-02 media or media connected to 02 in Vikemon, which is also Joe's Mega, and Olegmon and Vikemon very similar Digimon. I think that would be a nice connect back to the fact that I wanted to use Olegmon for Ikakumon and still keeps it kind of in the wheelhouse of adventure. In addition to that, Olegmon is said to be covered in steel armor and is the leader of the Gold Pirate Crew. And the Gold Pirate Crew is a force that works with aquatic and sea beast Digimon, just like Plesiomon, just like Vikemon, just like Ikakumon, although maybe more evil counterparts, not those Digimon exactly, to conquer and plunder everything they can, pillaging all the gold whenever they run ashore, consumed with an endless appetite for gold, silver, and treasures. So yes, this is more of an evil Digimon, sure, but again, we've touched on that, doesn't have to matter at all when we use it for evolutions for protagonist or good characters. I think Ankylomon also visually looks much more similar to Olegmon. Ankylomon's spiky weapon vibe matching Olegmon nicely. But what about an ultimate? Well, Vicaralamon I think is great. We've used Davies in this video already, and it has those golden point tusks, but yes, Vicaralamon between Ankylomon and Olegmon, perhaps not a great visual fit, unfortunately. There really isn't anything in my opinion that is. But a bit of an outlier could also be Raiji Ludomon, a very golden, electric-themed Digimon, the spikes of Ankylomon perhaps becoming the spiky blades, and funnily enough, Raiji Ludomon, while being a Legends Arm Digimon, is also considered an Armor Digimon, just an Armor Digimon of a different type, not the Armor Digimon from 02. There would still be a fun connection that Ankylomon still gets to become an Armor Digimon with the Miracles Crest. And finally is Akilomon. Well, Valkyremon would be awesome, it's got a lot of golden elements, but that is generally perceived, again, similar to Vikemon, as Sylphimon's Mega in connected 02 media. Still workable, but instead maybe we could go with Valdemon. Very visually similar to things like Phoenixmon and indeed Crossmon, but a much more wholly miraculous Digimon that you can see some golden elements in. Especially in its official art, it is radiating a golden and rainbow.
I mean, correct me down in the comments, but isn't this guy like declared like the blood god of all blood Digimon?
Aura. Pre-evolutions then, well, we have seen Valdemon digivolve from Yatagaramon prominently in things like Digimon Survive, and Yatagaramon does have these golden tips, which I think is really nice, or we could even go with Hippogriffamon, which is this much more holy looking Digimon with some golden elements. I personally though think Akilomon, Yatagaramon, Valdemon...
Oh yeah, no, that definitely walks, because that is just bod, big bod, and I like it.
One is very strong, maybe one of the weaker ones in this video, but for a Crest of Miracles evolution, I still think works pretty well. So that's it, my idea is what it might look like if the Crest of Miracles was used as a Digivolution tool rather than just an Armor Digivolution tool. Again, this is purely hypothetical, we don't have any lore backing this up. I'm just connecting golden and other elements to these Digimon to try and create a thematic and visual cohesion. If there's a pick you like, let me know in the comments down below. Again, this is all just opinion. Huge shout out to my Sovereign, ZDK14, as well as everyone else who supports me over on patreon.com/KhanEX. And it was actually ZDK14's birthday on July 8th. My video production schedule fell between being able to thank him and wish him a happy birthday. So if you're seeing this in the comments, please do wish ZDK14 a happy birthday. I appreciate you, ZDK14. And my channel members here on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see.
Alright everyone, that's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of y'all next week when we flick back on. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.